What's going on, everybody? We're back again with another video. So this was a walk-in, and he had a lot of hair that he was ready to get rid of. He was ready to part ways with. So we going with that same method. We're creating that horseshoe section just to part off the top to figure out what we're gonna do with it. And he had a receded hairline, so he wanted to just see what was possible. I told him a texture crop would probably be the best bet because you get to keep some of that long hair, and it allows for basically no maintenance in the morning. So right here, I usually debulk. This is the 1.5 with the flat top comb and clipper over combing just to make sure we're knocking out that bulk and being as consistent as possible. This allows me to just create shape. So from there, I get to see what's under slightly, and I'll use like methods sometimes to go faster. Like if I'm really getting ready to knock all this down, I'll just come in with the guard. But sometimes you don't know what's underneath. So I always recommend clipper over comb when you first start, unless you've cut the person before. Since I've never cut them before, this is the best method for me. It was the easiest way to understand like what I was working with. And I don't like to go too high towards that horseshoe section, because I like to leave some bulk over there in case I need to use that. So right here, again, just knocking out the hair. And we're moving. I wish this video was going a little bit fast. I'm not even gonna lie. I sped up most of these clips. I'm knocking it out with that 1.5, just creating the guideline. I think I was just trying something different at this point. I forgot how late in the day it was. I wanted to try something different, that 1.5. I believe we were doing a fade on this guy. So the 1.5 was just creating that initial guideline. And then from there, I was able to skin out. The 1.5 with the detachable, it's a true 1.5. So there's no lever open, lever closed. When you're doing this, it's whatever the millimeter length is on that. So it just made it a little bit easier for that foundation. And I think midway through this, I just decided to stop and go towards the horseshoe section, like just cut the top of his hair. I don't know why I decided that. I usually always go for the fade first and then I cut the top. Something in my brain was just like, all right, we're going to try something new. And it was like mid haircut. So that's kind of funny to me. I don't know why I just decided to do that. But hey, it happens. You know, sometimes you just lose your train of thought. You need to reset. So you started on a different section. And I think that's what I did on this one. Yeah, see what I mean? This is crazy. This looks crazy. I was right here just matching my guide to what was on top. And this took some time because he did have a lot of hair, but you couldn't cut off too much without exposing, the hairline receding and stuff. So we added as much, I added as much texture as possible and just try to perfect it. The texture crop, it's one of those you either love it or hate it type of haircuts. Everyone really gets them right now, and I understand them. They look good. They look great. I'm not going to lie. With the right products and with the right care, you could definitely have a really good haircut. But you got to take care of it. There's only so much the barber can do. We're not home with you, making sure you're using the proper shampoos and washing your hair and putting the proper product in. So right there, you see the shape is created and the shape is nice. Unfortunately, it looks like a bowl cut right now because I just stopped midway and decided not to fade the rest of the hair until I was done with the shear work. Again, I don't know why I did this. This is just the way it clicked in my head. Right here, I'm using that comb to just debulk with the lever 3. And I guess I got back into the haircut. I don't know if this ever happens to you guys, but this definitely happens to me every once in a while. Like I'll need a reset, so I'll just decide to do something completely different mid haircut. Man, I guess this is just what it was that day. And since I already cut the top, you could already see I was just blending it in, make it a little bit better. Since I know I was blending into that 3 right there, I'll use that 1.5 lever open. And I think that'll get me close to lever open or lever closed 3 guard with the 1.5 lever open. So don't quote me on that. I think they're pretty close. I just don't know how close. I don't have the chart in front of me. But yeah, you'll see me using that 1.5 to just debulk a lot as well. Just create that second blending area. This was a fun haircut just because like my brain like stopped working like midway through. And yeah, that's the best way to explain it, man. I was just having like a brain fart like right there, and I was just like, you know what? Let me cut the top. So the blend's coming together. Everything's coming together nicely. I wasn't panicking or anything. I think I just got sidetracked completely. And it happens. It happens when you're cutting hair all day. You kind of want to just follow every system, but sometimes, your brain thinks otherwise. So you just follow suit. Right there, I'm going in with the instincts, just to create that blend area, just make it a little smoother. And then I'll go in with that one guard. I believe I still got the instincts in my hand, just to stretch the blend as much as I can. Usually when you're doing these fades, that back area of the head right above the nape, it's always going to be a little bit darker than the sides. So you just got to put more detail into there and just have fun with it, man. Just have fun with it. Like I'm joking right now about cutting the top and making it look like a bowl at first. You got to have fun with the haircuts, man. Can't act like a robot. Have personality. This guy had a pretty cool job. He runs OnlyFans modeling agency. And he was just explaining that. And you never know who somebody is. So don't ever judge a book by its cover. Just have a great time. Talk to these people. Figure out what they need and why they're choosing like this drastic change. I believe some people look at it as purging. Like when you go through something traumatic in your life or you're just trying to get rid of bad energy, you want to cut off this hair. Because hair holds power, in my opinion. That's why people grow it out so long. So definitely when you need a cleanse or anything, you get a big chop. And I feel like that's what a lot of people are doing. Every time a client comes to me after I've done like a big transformation on them, their life has drastically changed, which is so crazy now that I think about it. Like I've had people who have had like, I want to say like a year's worth of hair growth. I cut them and they're like, whoa, man, that was like a big relief. And then they come back for the next haircut and their life has done like a 180. Like it's completely changed. They're in a better headspace. They're having just everything's working out better for them. So I think that's pretty cool. I like to finish these haircuts with the foil shaver, just get it down to as bald as possible. He no longer has the bowl cut, thankfully. The blend came together nice. I got to do some finishing touches to it, but I wanted to make sure everything was balded out. This took a little bit of time just because we had to figure out what direction he wanted to go with. He didn't have a direction for his hairstyle. He was just like, cut it. And I was like, okay. But essentially we came out to this. I added some clay and then this is some volume powder and then some hairspray just to get those pieces to stick up. This is some talc powder with the just a brush just to get any hair off of him. He was sweating a little bit. So usually in the summertime in Vegas, it's hot. It's hard to cut the hair off when you do that. So right there, he liked how it turned out. And I told him just mess with it. It allows you to have the most movement. And I think this suits him. Let me know what you guys think. I'm going to catch you guys on the next one.